She fell in love with the rich billionaire, not knowing he was the enemy she should have avoided. Will love win or revenge consume her? Thank you so much for your support on this channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, please take a moment to hit the subscribe button and join our growing community at Jade Lantern Stories. Your support means a lot and helps us keep sharing more amazing stories. Now sit back, relax, and let the story begin. Amara woke up in Chen's bed. His arm draped over her. His breathing soft and steady. The past few weeks had been a dream she didn't want to end. They were in love. Deep, messy, real love. Every day was filled with small moments that made her heart race. His hand brushing hers in the car, stolen kisses in his office, quiet nights where he'd tell her things he swore he'd never told anyone. He was different now, softer. He smiled more, laughed even, and she felt safe with him in a way she hadn't since she was a child. But sometimes, when she caught him staring into the distance, his face hard, she wondered what he wasn't saying. Her past, the memory of her parents' murder, the crown with arrow tattoo, the silver ring, still haunted her, but with Chen she could almost forget. Chen was changing too. He used to be cold, always in control, running his tech empire and his secret mafia world with an iron grip. But Amara made him weak. He skipped meetings with his gang to take her to quiet dinners. He ignored his uncle's calls to spend afternoons walking with her through Beijing's parks. His men noticed. Liang, his right-hand man, pulled him aside one day. "You're slipping, boss. She's a problem. You can't trust her." Chen's jaw tightened. "She's not your business," he snapped. But deep down he knew Liang was right. Love was dangerous in his world. And Amara's past, the one he'd uncovered when he investigated her, made it even riskier. He knew who she was, what she'd lost. He just prayed she'd never find out who he really was. Their days were sweet, but Amara couldn't shake a nagging feeling. Chen's phone would buzz late at night, and he'd step away to answer, his voice low. Sometimes he'd leave without explaining, promising he'd be back soon. She trusted him, but the secrecy gnawed at her. One night, his phone rang while they were eating dinner in his mansion. He glanced at the screen, his face tightening. "I have to go," he said, standing. "Where?" she asked, setting down her fork. "Business. Don't worry." He kissed her forehead, but his eyes were distant. He grabbed his jacket and left, the door clicking shut behind him. Amara stared at the empty table, her stomach twisting. Something wasn't right. She grabbed her coat and slipped out, following him into the night. His car was easy to spot, a sleek black sedan weaving through Beijing's streets. She hailed a taxi, her heart pounding. "Follow that car," she told the driver, pointing. She didn't know why she was doing this, but she couldn't stop. The car stopped at an old warehouse in a quiet part of the city. Amara paid the driver and crept closer, hiding behind a stack of crates. The warehouse door was ajar, and she heard voices, harsh, angry. She peeked inside and froze. Chen stood in the center, surrounded by men in dark suits. They all had the same tattoo on their hands, a crown with an arrow through it. Her breath caught. It was the same tattoo she'd seen the night her parents died. Her hands shook as she listened. "Boss, we need to move the shipment tonight," one man said. "The cops are getting close." Chen nodded, his voice cold. "Do it. No mistakes." They called him boss. Amara's legs felt weak. The world tilted as the truth hit her. Chen wasn't just a billionaire. He was the leader of the mafia, the same mafia that killed her parents. Her heart cracked, memories of that night flooding back. Her mother's scream, her father's body on the floor, the tattooed hand holding the gun. She stumbled, a crate scraping against the ground. The sound echoed. The men spun around. "Who's there?" one shouted. Before Amara could run, rough hands grabbed her, dragging her into the warehouse. She fought, kicking and yelling, but they were too strong. They threw her to the floor in front of Chen. His face went pale, his eyes wide with horror. "Let her go," he barked, stepping forward. The men hesitated but obeyed, stepping back. Amara scrambled to her feet, her chest heaving, tears burning her eyes. You, she whispered, her voice breaking. It was you. Your men killed my parents. She pointed at the tattoos, her hand trembling. I saw that mark. I was 11. You took everything from me. Chen's face crumpled, pain flashing in his eyes. Amara, listen to me. No, she screamed, stepping back. You're a monster. You knew, didn't you? You knew who I was. He nodded, slow and heavy. I found out after you saved me. I had my men look into you. I didn't want to hurt you, Amara. I love you. Love. She laughed, bitter and broken. You lied to me. You made me love you, and you're the enemy. Tears streamed down her face, her voice raw. I'll never forgive you. Never. The men shifted, hands on their guns. Boss, she knows too much, Liang said, his voice cold. We can't let her leave. Chen's eyes flashed with fury. Touch her and you're dead, he growled. He turned to Amara, his voice soft, desperate. Please, Amara. Pretend you didn't see this. You can go back. We can still be us. There is no us, she spat, her heart shattering. You're a killer. I hate you. Chen's face went blank, like her words had gutted him. He nodded to his men. Take her to the mansion. Lock her in the guest room. No one touches her. Amara fought as they grabbed her, but they were too strong. They dragged her to a car, her screams echoing in the night. At the mansion, they locked her in a room with barred windows. She sank to the floor, sobbing, her world in pieces. The man she loved was the one who destroyed her life. For days, Amara was a prisoner. The room was comfortable. Soft bed, warm blankets, but it felt like a cage. Chen came every day, standing at the door. His eyes heavy with guilt. Amara, please, he'd say. I never meant to hurt you. I love you. She wouldn't look at him. You don't love me, she'd snap, her voice cold. You used me. Get out. Her anger was all she had left, a shield against the pain. She saw her parents' faces every time she closed her eyes, heard their screams. And Chen's face. His soft smiles, his gentle touches, mixed with those memories tearing her apart. Chen was breaking too. He couldn't sleep, couldn't eat. His men whispered about his weakness, how love had made him soft. His uncle called, warning him to deal with the girl or lose everything. But Chen couldn't let her go. He'd rather die than hurt her more. He stopped going to meetings, ignored his empire. All he wanted was Amara's forgiveness, but she was slipping further away. One night he couldn't take it anymore. He unlocked her door, a gun in his hand. Amara stood, her heart racing, thinking he'd finally come to kill her. But he dropped to his knees, holding the gun out to her. Take it, he said, his voice shaking. If you hate me so much, end it. I can't live without you, Amara. I'd rather die than see you look at me like this. She stared at the gun, her hands trembling. You're crazy, she whispered. Maybe, he said, tears in his eyes. But I love you. I've never loved anyone like this. If you can't forgive me, then pull the trigger. At least you'll be free. Her anger boiled over. She grabbed the gun, her hands shaking so hard she could barely hold it. You think this fixes anything, she yelled. You think I want your blood on my hands? You ruined my life. Then do it, he shouted, standing now, stepping closer. Kill me, Amara. Get your revenge. Her vision blurred with tears. She saw her parents, saw the tattoo, saw Chen's face. The man who'd kissed her, held her, made her feel alive. Love and hate twisted inside her, tearing her apart. She screamed, a raw, broken sound, and pulled the trigger. The gunshot echoed, deafening. Chen staggered back, blood blooming on his shirt. He fell, his eyes locked on hers, filled with pain and something else, relief. I wish you'd know the truth, he whispered, blood on his lips. I'm glad you got your revenge. Amara dropped the gun, her hands shaking, her heart pounding. She stared at him, bleeding on the floor, and the world seemed to stop. She'd done it. She'd shot him. But as his eyes closed, her heart screamed that she'd made a mistake. Please subscribe for more interesting updates. It means a lot to me, to you. Thank you for watching.